Hey there, it's Sarah, and I'm back with 12 more minutes of movement to help you stay active on even your busiest days. But some days we just need a gentle movement. And if you're like me, most days you have a very stiff and tight back. So today we're going to take 12 minutes of gentle movement to release the spine and to stretch through the back. So we're going to need a mat, some room down on the floor, and each stretch or movement will be for 1 minute at a time, which gives us time for 12 of those stretches and movements. We're going to start down on all fours, hands and knees, for some cat-cow stretches to release that spine and back. So just bring your hands under your shoulders, your knees, under your hips, and just round the back, tuck the chin and the tailbone towards the belly button, and then you drop that belly button towards the floor. Lift the chest and the tailbone, and we just do that back and forth at a pace that feels good to you. Try moving with your breath. Exhale as you round. Inhale as you arch. And if you'd like to start to shift forward and back as you work through these cat-cows, feel free to just add a little bit more movement. Whatever feels good to you. Just rounding and arching. Maybe one feels better to hold, and you just want to stay there for a few seconds. Listen to your body for 12 more seconds through these cat-cows. And when we hear the bell, we're just going to sit the hips back, walk the hands out in front, and lower the chest over those thighs. So coming to a child's pose. And then from this child's pose, walk those hands over to the right side, and bring your left hand towards the right hand or on top, and just gently pull your body away, stretching through the side body. Little bend in the spine. Take another breath, and then walk through the center. Take those hands to the other side, and either stack the hands or just bring them towards each other and pull your body away. We're going to try to create some space between the vertebrae, add a little bit more mobility into our spine. Breathe as you move through these gentle stretches. At the bell, we're just going to walk those hands to the middle and then roll ourselves to the back. Walk the hands to the center and then just bring yourself down to your back. Laying the shoulders down, pulling those knees up towards the chest, just rock side to side. Maybe draw little circles with those knees in both directions. Keeping those shoulders anchored down. Try tapping that tailbone onto the mat. Every time you draw that little circle or as you rock side to side. Feel that tailbone connecting to the mat. Keep those shoulders down and really lengthen through the spine. At the bell, we're going to exaggerate this side-to-side movement by taking the arms out to the sides and dropping those knees down towards one elbow. So in about 5 seconds, we'll anchor the shoulders down, press the palms down, and just drop those knees towards one elbow. Make sure that opposite shoulder is pressed down. And then pick up your top knee and just gently start to pull it over to the other side. Let the weight of that leg start to lift up that bottom leg and just gently roll it over and softly land the opposite leg on top, working that shoulder blade back down. And we're just going to do that a few times, side to side, really exaggerating the roll, keeping it gentle as you roll from side to side. We're not forcing the movement. We're just letting gravity and the weight of our lower body pull us from one side to the other as we take those knees wide and then softly land them on top. When you hear the bell, bring the feet down to the mat and take your right leg, cross it over the left at the knees. Then shift those hips 1 to 2 inches to the right side and drop those knees down to the left. And then work that right shoulder blade back down and maybe look towards your right hand And then just exhale and let your body settle in. We've got about 30 more seconds. So let the weight of your knees just pull them towards the floor. Press that opposite shoulder down and enjoy this deep twist through the spine. Slow, gentle breaths. You can always uncross the knees if it gets to be too much. Listen to your body. At the bell in about 7 seconds, bring the knees up, uncross. And then we're going to bring those hips back to center. As we switch which leg is on top, shifting those hips over to the left and then dropping the knees to the right. Left shoulder settles down onto the mat and maybe you look towards that left hand. And then just a gentle breath, settling in. Loosening up through the spine. Halfway through this hold, if it's too much, uncross the legs, just stack the knees. And continue to breathe gently. We're going to stay on our back for one more stretch. So when you hear that bell, just hug those knees back over the chest. Reset the hips down in the center of your mat or in line with your spine. And once you've got those knees over the chest, I want you to take them wide and pull them outside your rib cage and then pull those shoulders down into the mat. And try flexing your feet and just lifting them up towards the ceiling. And grab your calves, your ankles, the soles of the feet, maybe wrap the big toes, and just pull those knees down towards your armpits. Into a happy baby if you've done yoga. It looks familiar probably. Pull those shoulder blades into the mat, and then pull your tailbone down into the floor. And maybe rock side to side. So I want you to really lengthen through that spine. Try to press every vertebrae down. Pull your belly button in towards your spine and just breathe. 10 more seconds here. When you hear that bell, you're going to roll yourself up or push yourself up to a seat. And just come to a comfortable cross-legged position, whichever feels better for you. And just walk those hands forward and bring your chest down over your lap. Shifting side to side. You might feel a little stretch in the outer hips here. That's great. Try lengthening through that low back. So create a little bit more space between those vertebrae. Really lengthen. Walk those hands out. And just shift side to side. You can exaggerate that shift and start to walk the hands from side to side. Try to keep your sits bones down on your mat. Whatever feels good for you here. When you hear the bell, we're going to sit up tall for a twist. Now that we've created some space in the vertebrae, we've got some room to work into a seated twist. So walk those hands up. Bring your left hand behind you and use that elbow to help prop your spine up really tall. And then you're going to take your right hand outside that left knee and turn to look past that left shoulder. So as you breathe in, lift up just a little bit more, right through the crown of the head. Use that arm to help prop the spine tall. And then as you breathe out, you can twist just a little bit further. You're about halfway through it. So play around with this twist. Breathe in, sit tall, breathe out, twist further, and then try it again. Breathe in, sit a little taller, twist a little further. Use your hand, press into that knee, and really turn through the spine. Keep those hips square to the front, both sits bones grounded. Let's try the other way. Right hand back behind us. We're using that elbow to support the spine. So go ahead, press into the palm or lift the palm up if you need a little bit more room. Opposite hand outside the knee. Sit tall and turn. Now let's set those sits bones down. Breathe in, sit taller. Breathe out. Create a little pressure on the hand and the leg and twist. See if you can create a little bit more space with your breath. Twist a little bit further with the exhale. You can always back off the stretch if it gets to be too much. In 10 seconds, we're just going to side bend, side to side. Again, keeping those hips square. Sits bones grounded. One hand outside the hip, opposite arm over. As you reach, make sure that sits bone doesn't come off the mat. And then you just switch to the other side. And you can hold for a while. You've got a minute here. Or you can move a little bit faster. If you really want some more mobility, or if you prefer a longer stretch, hold and focus on keeping both sits bones down as you reach. Maybe using your breath as you exhale to go just a little bit further. Think about pulling that shoulder back as you reach overhead. So we're not rounding forward. Almost finished. We've got one more minute left. We're going to do some seated cat-cows. Just like we started, but from a seat. Hands to the knees, round the back, tuck the chin, and then pull the chest forward, pull those shoulder blades together at a speed that feels good to you. Just rounding and arching. You can roll the shoulders forward as you really round through the back, and then roll them back and down, shoulder blades pulling in towards the spine. Exhale as you round. Inhale as you arch. 25 more seconds. Exaggerate that shoulder roll. Maybe hold your rounded back and then take the head side to side for a couple neck rolls if that feels good. 5 more seconds.
Activity completed.
And there's your 12 minutes of spinal mobility, a little spinal stretch. Hopefully feel a little bit looser. So this is a great video to throw on if you wake up feeling stiff, or you've spent all day sitting at a desk and you need to loosen up and unwind. Maybe you want to do it before you go to bed so you feel a little bit more relaxed and ready for a restful sleep. You've got 12 more minutes. Maybe throw on some more stretching. Or get in a quick workout if you feel a little energized after that spinal mobility. Have a great rest of your day. I hope you join me again soon.